This is a 1954 Crestline Victoria. It has a small block Chevy and a 700 R4 automatic overdrive. The small block Chevy is a Vortec modern motor out of the 80s. This is a driver car. Paint job's about 15-20 years old. It's a good 20-footer. You get up close and you see some of the paint imperfections. The drivetrain is very reliable. Carburetor could probably use a rebuild. The trunk's solid. As you can see, it's been repainted in a darker blue, and the lighter blue is the original color. The repaint was done very well in the door jambs, just about everywhere. Some of the trim on the inside, they chose to keep the original color, and some was painted the darker blue color. The interiors, I don't think it's original, but it's old. It's a good 20-footer. You get up close, you start to see imperfections. Headliner's done beautifully. Steering wheel's original. The horn doesn't work. It has front horns, but maybe the wires just aren't run. The speedometer doesn't work. The dash is original. The radio doesn't work. The clock doesn't work. The Stewart Warner tachometer on the dash is original. It's a cool little feature. It's got a radio inside the dash with an auxiliary so you can play your iPod through there. This window is missing the attachment. It has to be re-riveted in there. It's quite a task if you're not familiar with it. There's a bubble in the paint right there. It means the primer didn't adhere well. There's a rough spot down here where the fender took some pressure, so the paint cracked and it's got the underside's roughed up. The front's all original minus the bumper. There's a dent in the nose cone. All the stainless trim is original. That piece took a hit. All the stainless steel trim down the sides is original. There's a little scratch there. The mirrors just about had it. The ball's worn out. Sometimes it stays, sometimes it doesn't. This vent window is cracked. The lock works. Replacement glass is maybe 40 to 80 bucks. It does lock. The paint is rough around the corners on the door. They've seen some wear. There's some beginnings of, and there's a dent there, but there's beginnings of paint bubbling. Taillights are great. Rear bumper's been replaced. The chrome is really great condition. That drip rail has got some slight surface rust. And you'll see there's cracking in the drip rail. That interior light lens needs to be replaced. There's some spots where the hood has friction with the fenders, so the paint has some blemishes. Along the headlight rings, the paint's seen some days. It's not perfect. Carburetor can use a new seal kit. It's starting to leak fuel around it. When you get hard on the pedal, you can notice that it's not sealed properly, so there's some, under hard acceleration, you can feel the vacuum leaks. And again, more fuel escaping from the gaskets. That's not the actual brake light switch. I disconnected it from there, and I added an electric switch underneath that, so you don't have to be all the way into the pedal before the brake lights come on. It's very sensitive, so folks can see you trying to stop. New wiring harness, body tag. The air vents that run through the fenders work. Both the valves inside of them and the doors on the interior that shut them off. The floor has been cleaned up and POR, paint on rust. There's no major rust issues. In fact, it had some small patches. And then on top of that, there's a Thermotech heat and sound deadening material. So it's a lot cooler in the car than it was when I got it. We take it on long road trips. We drove it out to Bowling Green, Kentucky for the NHRA competition show. And then we've driven out to Myrtle Beach a bunch of times. This is a driver car. It loves the highway. There's no broken panes of glass in the windows. They all work well. You have to guide the rear ones up to make sure they don't hurt the trim. The weather seals are all in place. They're all aftermarket. They're not original. It's a good seal. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. As you can see, the motor runs cool. It's got the actual mechanical fan that has an auxiliary fan. So oil pressure and temperature are always really great. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them. And if you like the video, click the like button. Thanks.